in a game where you managed to pick him off as many times as he only thrown 3 picks all year. Could you see him maybe a little uncomfortable, maybe forcing some things because of what you were putting him in?
I mean, him being so young, we seen like once we get pressure on him, he makes mistakes. Him being so young, so yeah, definitely seen him like get rattled a little bit after we start hitting him.
Do you feel like the crowd kind of played into that too?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the fans too. They definitely played a big part. Enjoy home games.
You mentioned the pressures from the defensive line. How big of an impact did that play for you guys in the secondary?
I mean, it's big. It makes our job way easier. Just them getting pressure on the quarterback, keeping him uncomfortable, and getting him off his platform. That makes it way easier on us.
How much of a momentum shifter do you feel like Sean Asbury's interception was? Could you guys kind of feel that?
It was a big momentum shifter. They were driving, they were in the red zone. It was a clutch pick. Definitely it shifted momentum for us. So yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Did you take any time to just bask in what the crowd was like in that first quarter?
Definitely, man. I took that in. A sold-out crowd. Couldn't ask for much more, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to fans.
All the noise and the energy, the atmosphere just around, walking in here and just that huge environment it was. What do you feel like you guys proved to, win, but also win by however much it was and just really impose your will, you feel like?
We feel like, especially playing at home, we got to defend the home turf. And the margin we win by, as long as we get the win, that's all that matters to us.
Signetti said he was acting like a maniac on the sideline, in the fourth quarter, in terms of not wanting you guys to get complacent. What's kind of his messaging in those situations, when you guys have a big lead?
His messaging is all gas, no breaks, no warm fuzzies, as he calls it, no warm fuzzies, and I loved it that way. That's the way it's supposed to be.
There's a lot of people who haven't seen you guys, or today might have been the first time that they really took a look at you and then they saw what they saw. What does it say about Indiana, where you guys are going, and what you've been able to do so far?
It's saying how we changed the culture here. It's definitely a new program, definitely changing things around, and yeah, that's it.
There's seems to be a confidence and a swagger you guys play with, and it seems organic and natural. Where did that come from, and is it continuing to grow?
It comes from our coaches. We work hard every day. It helps us play with confidence. So yeah, it comes from coaching.
Is there a moment this spring or this summer where you could maybe see that mindset shift?
I came here in the summer, so yeah, definitely in the summer we went hard. First hitting the weight room, starting with the weight room, 7-on-7, whatever it was, we went hard. So just so when the season comes, it'll be easier. So definitely.
You got to see that success work on the field. Everybody works hard, but you guys are having success.
Yeah.
How much is the success it helped you kind of perpetuate that confidence?
Success is definitely build our confidence up. I feel like us working hard in the summer, in the spring and fall camp, it built on that. So yeah, definitely success definitely helped out.
You guys were on the sidelines, and then Nebraska gets down to the 5. Did you guys just I think it was a timeout called. What was said during that timeout, and what made you guys want to keep Nebraska out of the end zone?
I want to say they just told us to put the ones in when they were driving down the field, and just to keep the points off the board. We didn't want them to score. We don't never want a team to score freely, so put the ones in and get a stop.
You guys take pride in that?
Yeah, we definitely take pride in defense. I feel like we played all right today, but we could have played better.
With you and all the other guys, from James Madison, what do you feel like has allowed you guys to make the transition, from the Sun Belt to the Big Ten so easily?
I want to say just our foundation. We came from a great program in JMU, but a lot of people saying in Power 4 we couldn't play in Power 4, but in our opinion, we knew we could play in Power 4. It's not that big of a difference in my opinion.
Is every win kind of a statement win for you guys as you move forward?
I feel like outside looking in is a statement win, but the guys in here know what we were supposed to do. It's we're not surprised at all. So yeah, it's not really.
In what way is Coach Signetti kind of helped bring that along? Because he just kind of walks in we expect to win. It's not the Indiana of the past. That you were here, you're winning, and then you go out and you dominate.
Yeah, that's just a part of switching the culture here. He came from a winning program, and like he said, he wins. So, yeah, you can't expect nothing less.
When you have an offense that had, 495 yards and scored however many it did, how much does that help you all?
It definitely helps a lot. We just have to do our part at that point. If our offense putting up numbers like that, we just got to do our part, and we'll win.
Obviously, there's been a difference in attendance from week 1 to today, but have you noticed anything on campus or around town
Definitely been a big difference, especially like around campus and like in seeing the crowd. Like after like the first game, the first half everybody left. So, I mean, seeing the people stay after halftime and fill the stands up is it's a big part.
Do you blame them for leaving in a 49-point game?
I mean, I don't really blame them for leaving, but I want them to stay here and pack the rock, like they say.
That was the biggest win over a Big Ten opponent by Indiana since 1945, a 49-point win. I mean, do you guys have a sense of the history that you're accomplishing thus far?
I sort of got a sense of the history, but I don't really dive in too much deep into that. But our job is to win. Take one game at a time and just win.
What does it
People tell you that, Bill, about the history?
I see it on the internet, but nobody really telling me about it.
Does it feel different winning here than it did at JMU?
Coming from a winning culture, like it doesn't feel too different. But I know we're making history here, so yeah, it's definitely different though.
Take two more.
When you look at do you look at the Big Ten standings? Do you pay attention to the other teams in the league?
No, I don't really pay too much attention to the standings. We just take one game at a time and just win. Whoever in front of us, we just win that game. That's our job.
I feel like there's been like extra motivation for, talking about making the jump from Sun Belt to Big Ten, like, the guys coming from James Madison. Do you think that's giving you guys like an extra chip on your shoulder?
Definitely. I feel like all our guys play with a chip on their shoulder. Like, no matter where you came from, always play with a chip on your shoulder. Like, especially the record last year shows. So that's why we play on the chip on our shoulder also. So, yeah.